Force Season 2 Episode 7. Things get really heated on this episode. It's a lot of mind games being played and chess moves being made.
Serbs torching the projects. It's not only a problem for you, but a problem for me too.
The first scene starts with Tommy and Maria getting it on, as they should, because Maria is beautiful. Once they finish, Miguel pays Tommy a surprise visit, much to our surprise, and Maria is shook. She goes and hides behind the wall as Miguel comes through Tommy's apartment, walking around, checking everything out. It looks like he's very suspicious, like he knows something is going on, something is wrong, but he doesn't have a clue that Maria is there and what's really actually happening. And Tommy kind of redirects the conversation, letting him know about the Serbs, that he need to go ahead and cut the Serbs off. Fortunately, he doesn't find out that Maria is there and Miguel leaves, but Maria is still shook and she has second thoughts about her and Tommy's relationship. But of course, Tommy reassures her that your brother is a gangster, but I'm a gangster too, so you don't have to worry about anything.
Miguel knew that I was in the room, we'll both be dead.
Ain't nobody gonna touch us.
And another thing that Maria tells Tommy before the scene is over is that Miguel has killed one of her ex-boyfriends before, a guy named Carlos. So she's definitely in fear for his life.
Gotta keep our operation moving, keep the feds from seeing any patterns.
There's a big coalition meeting that CBI conducts with Diamond and Tommy at the head, letting everybody know, all the crews all across the city, there doesn't need to be any battling or any warring going on, and we all need to make money together and to look out for each other, because that's the way that we're going to make the most money if we're not fighting, and if it's not blood in the streets and war going on. And of course you have Vic Flynn, who's standing in here hearing everything that's going on, and we already know that he's working with the FBI.
I refuse to let Vic Flynn think he's in control.
Agent Stacy Marks lets Vic know that they need to put a wire on him and he needs to be mic'd up so they can know what is going on, because they're done playing games, because you know, the pressure is down her back. She's about to lose her job, so she has to put the fire up under Vic's ass. Vic lets them know that, hey, Tommy is a professional. He knows what's going on. You can't trick him.
We need to meet tonight, same place.
No, fuck that.
But of course, Stacy doesn't listen, and she go ahead and tell him to just do what she says and go ahead with the mission.
So you're gonna do exactly what we tell you to do when we tell you to do it. Is that clear?
The next thing we have is Miguel and Shay, who is the plug from Mexico, who's in Miguel's bar, and he's cussing Miguel out, being loud with him, letting him know that he needs to stop messing with Tommy and don't trust Tommy and don't trust the CBI brothers, the CBI gang. But Miguel tells him that, hey, there is no more Serb competition. You don't have to worry about that. And that is, you know, through Tommy. You know, Tommy is a big reason that happened, that the Serbs have been doing all this stuff. They stole his product. They shot up CBI on the north side, which ruined his product, which took away a lot of money from Miguel. So he lets Shay know that, hey man, this is the way we should go. We should forget about the Serbs because they're no good. They're bad for business, and we should go with Tommy. Now, another connection that we see in this episode that's very surprising is Shanti and Claudia. Shanti approaches Claudia and lets her know that she's down to do the same deal that she offered to Jannar.
Because I'm the bitch you should be working with. That hustle you tried to sell Jannar today, his style.
So Claudia agrees, and later on we see at a party that I guess Claudia and Shanti set up at Shanti's house, where the girls are going around, they're serving the guys and everything, you know, they have the dope, and Claudia seems to be very pleased with what Shanti has set up. So while they're in the party, two random guys, they come up and rob Claudia at knife point, rob her for her jewelry and her necklace and everything, and also her significant other. Later on in the party is that Shanti finds those guys, and she makes him by force give up the jewelry and give it back to Claudia.
Nigga, this is my house. You just visited.
Shanti doing that and showing her muscle and putting her foot down, I think that really solidified her and Claudia's association with each other. So this is going to be very interesting to see as the season rolls down. We see Tommy and Vic going to the DDS cartel compound. Tommy goes there to try to make a deal with him. This guy, the leader of the DDS cartel, he's very psyched out, very crazy, very paranoid. So soon as Tommy and Vic get there, they have guns pulled on them. You know, everybody has guns. They throw a brick in the back of Tommy's window, his rear window, crash it. And it's a very intense situation. But Tommy is able to convince the leader of the DDS cartel that, hey, the Serbs are done. And, you know, we're going to be the only game in town. So you have to come through CBI, through Tommy and CBI in order to get money. So the guy agrees, the leader of the DDS cartel. But one thing that I noticed before they ended the conversation is that DDS made it very clear that he did not like Miguel.
Miguel Garcia. Motherfucker's on that old school shit. Thinks he's better than me because he's Mexican and I'm Puerto Rican.
I think this is going to be very explosive moving forward when all this comes out, that Tommy is playing both sides. Diamond, at the request of his parole officer, gives a speech at, I guess it looks like a community rally, where Diamond gives a pretty good speech.
I have a second chance on life, and I'm not gonna throw it away.
Of course, his parole officer is there, and also in attendance is the activist kid and his mom, his sexy mom, who has been eyeing Diamond pretty hard throughout the season. So after Diamond gives his speech, he goes up to the mom, and they basically get to talking, and they set a date to have dinner. So a little bit later on that evening, she comes to Diamond's place, and dinner is definitely not on her mind. I think her plans are to have Diamond for dinner, because as soon as she comes in, she takes off her dress, and she just looks so good in her two-piece bikini. And you know what happens next. Let's get it on. Marvin Gaye starts to play in the background, or in my head at least, and you know, they do the do or whatnot. So that looks like it's definitely going to be a good connection between them. But of course, you have to remember that this lady also has a significant other that on the last episode, Diamond just damn near choked out. So I don't know how that's going to come into play, and I hope she doesn't get hurt or the kid doesn't get hurt. But I do have a theory that something's going to come out of that either one of them are going to get hurt, probably the kid in some kind of accident type situation. That's just a theory that I'm throwing out there. Now, in another scene in this episode, we see Jenard as he's spying on Tommy, sitting in a car right across the street from Tommy's place, and Maria pulls up. Of course, Jenard is just ecstatic about this information. He takes out his camera and takes a picture of it, and then later on in the episode, he shows this picture to Shanti, who quickly tells him to do not use this picture against Tommy right now. Just let it sit, chill out, and use it as like an ace in the hole, an ace in his back pocket.
Let Tommy fuck himself up. We just sit back and watch the show.
So it'll be real interesting to see how Jenard uses this information. Is he going to tell Miguel? Is he going to let Tommy know that he knows or whatnot? We'll have to wait and see.
It's a tracker. We need you to put it on Egan's car.
Towards the end, what we see, Vic has his meeting with the guy, and just like Vic predicted, Tommy walks up on the scene with his gun drawn, and says, hey man, you're a rat, you're working with the police. And Vic of course denies it, and Tommy goes on to tell him that the only way that he'll believe that he's not a rat is if he kills the FBI agent. And of course Vic kills the FBI agent. He shoots him in the head and kills him because he has to. He has no choice, or Tommy would kill him and the FBI agent both together. So all in all, this was a great episode. A lot of chess moves being made, moving the game forward. And I definitely can't wait to see what's going to happen on episode 8 as this season closes in. I thank you guys for listening, and can't wait to see you next week. Peace. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe so you can receive notifications once the videos drop exclusively on Film Meets the Eye.